Okay, we're good. So, hello everybody. Thank you for watching this, if you're watching it after, or if you have joined the actual meeting, I appreciate that. So, this isn't going to be very long, but I want to go through two announcements really quick. So, first of all, Pumpkin Spice Shakeology is coming out September 17th.
Yeah.
So, yes. It's only going to be in a box of, I think, 14. You can't get a full-size bag of it. I believe it's vegan. And you can't do any kind of home direct or anything like that. It's literally a very limited flavor, and you pretty much will only get to buy it once. So if you have any interest in trying it, September 17th, I believe the date is, it'll go on sale. It is cheaper than a regular order of Shakeology because it's not a full month supply. I want to say it's probably like
$14
or something like that,
yeah.
like in the 70s. But one thing to note is it doesn't count obviously towards your HD order subscription. So if you are trying to hit Success Club this month, you would need to have your regular 90 PV worth of stuff in addition to the pumpkin spice Shakeology. Meaning you can't just buy the pumpkin spice and help 3 people. You won't qualify because it's not the right PV and it's not technically on home direct. So I just wanted to kind of bring that to your attention in case that is something that you're shooting for. But nonetheless, I think that it will be good to try because my guess is if it goes like really well, which they're expecting it's going to sell out super fast, my guess is next year they will make large quantities so people can actually buy it more than once. But just because it's so limited, it's like if you want it, this is the month. Because I don't know if it'll be around in October. So any questions or things that you want to add about the pumpkin spice before I move on?
Do they have a time that they're releasing it at? I feel like it's going to like literally shut down the website.
It probably will. It'll probably be like registering for Summit all over again.
Yeah.
Where it crashed 24/7.
Yeah.
I think there was a time. I'll have to double check on that.
Because I only saw a date, but I might have also missed it because I like looked at it quickly and I just like put the date in my calendar. But
yeah,
I'm psyched.
I mean, it could be something as simple as like 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, but that's definitely something to check because Carl basically said if you want it, you should have it like preloaded into your shopping cart and like submit payment the second that it's like released.
Yeah.
So yeah. Moving on, or kind of like building on top of that, I don't know if you saw Carl's IGTV about a week ago. It was called Do Something, or I think that was the title. It's like 6 minutes long, but just to give you a summary, he is doing a challenge by himself called Do Something September, basically. And all you have to do to qualify to win is to do anything on your Instagram stories, whether that's showcase your workout, share a quote from personal development, do a invitation of some sort through Instagram stories. But whenever you do it, you need to use the hashtag do something and tag Carl. And then basically every day he's going to go through his direct messages because it'll tell him who's tagged him in anything. And he'll pick one winner every day for the entire month of September. And if you win, you get a free box of the pumpkin spice Shakeology. So he bought 30 of his own, and he's giving out one a day for the entire month of September, and he's picking one winner every single day. So obviously there's a ton of people doing it. Realistically, the chances of winning are slim. However, you do technically have a chance to win a free box of the vegan pumpkin spice Shakeology. And at the same time, you're helping your business by doing something. So it's kind of like a win-win situation, whether you don't win it or you do, like you still did something for your business, and it's a great kind of like incentive to do that. So any questions or comments on that? I thought that one was pretty cool.
So you just have to post about something?
Anything. It could literally be, basically think of like the 4 vital behaviors.
Right.
So it's like you could do an invite, you could share personal development, you could do a workout, like anything like that. You could recognize somebody from your team, one of your clients, anything. But whenever you're doing anything involved with your business on your Instagram stories, that's considered doing something. You just have to use the hashtag do something and tag Carl Daikeler in your post.
Cool.
So basically that's like validating, hey, Carl, like I'm doing something, like I'm here doing something. And then obviously he's getting like hundreds or thousands a day. So he'll just flip through his DMs and he'll pick one that resonates with him in that moment. And he will repost it to his Instagram stories and send you a free box of Shakeology. So
Cool.
yeah, I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah.
I forgot to use the hashtag yesterday when I made my workout videos, but I'm going to do that tonight just in case.
Yeah.
So those are like my big announcements in terms of like new kind of things coming. But I just wanted to remind everybody, Kayla, I forgot to add you as an admin, but I made a challenge group last night. And it technically started today. But I'm somewhat using this week as a prep week because we're starting midweek. I just figured it was pointless to start on Labor Day. I didn't think anybody would want to do it. And the engagement was pretty low towards the end of my challenge group. Ariana, I know you felt the same way about yours. It was like pulling teeth. And so I just wanted to give myself a breather. Like I wasn't in a hurry to make another group because I was like, well, like they're not doing anything anyways. But then I had somebody who did not post once in my challenge group message me on Tuesday and was like, is there not a group this month? And I was like, there's
Classic.
going to be, but you never posted all month. Like, why are you asking of all people?
That just proves that like people listen and actually read more than you think.
Yeah.
Well, they at least look at it, even if they don't track
That's
things
true.
necessarily. Yeah.
That's
like
true.
when I was talking to Michaela, she was like, when I was sick, I just didn't post, but I looked at it every day. And like, as soon as I was feeling better, it made me motivated to start again, whatever, you know? So.
Yeah, no, it's definitely a great resource for people. And I think, you know, sometimes people kind of like forget that it's there, but then once they actually log into the group, they're really happy that they did. It's just a matter of actually getting people to open up the app every single day and log their stuff. And the only good thing that I think is going to help is with the new update that if you do a workout on BOD, it's like automatically loading into the workout portal.
Yeah.
And I think that's really, really cool.
I know. I'm kind of bummed though, because I download my workouts.
Oh, it won't do it for downloading?
I download it and bring it to the gym because the Wi-Fi at my gym doesn't work. And I can't get it to sync. Like, sometimes it'll sync if I keep the Wi-Fi on, even if the Wi-Fi kind of sucks. Sometimes it catches it, but sometimes it doesn't. And then it only uploads it, like I was in my group that I was running and your group at the same time.
And it would only do your group?
It would only do it in your group. It wouldn't do it in my group. I was like, what the heck is going on?
Maybe that was a setting issue then on like maybe, because I noticed the same thing. Like I would finish my workout and it would automatically populate in my group. And then I would go to post it in yours and it wouldn't be there. And then I would get sidetracked, and then I would just forget to post my workout in the group.
Totally.
Like, that was
which is totally fair. Yeah.
So, but I did notice when I created this group, it asked me if I wanted to have that setting turned on or off. But I don't remember that in the previous month. But
No,
this
and
one,
I think-
when I made it yesterday, it was like, do you want this feature turned on? I was like, yes.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah,
sometimes people are like, I did a workout today. And I'm like, well, was
What'd
it
you
on
do?
God? What program? Like, did you do your own thing? And I'm like, it take like 3 days later, they're like, 21-day fix. I'm like,
You're like,
which
sweet.
one? Like, was
Yeah.
it great? You know? So at least now it's like, okay, like I know that they did a workout on BOD, like, and I can
Yeah.
see exactly where they are in their program, which will help me keep track of where they are, if they're falling off or not. So
Yeah.
if Ariana, if you're gonna do another challenge group, well, first of all, are you gonna do another challenge group?
I think so. I might wait. I don't, yeah. Part of me just wants to put the people, I don't know if you care about this, but the few people that I have
Back in mine.
in yours,
Yeah.
so I can give myself enough time to like recoup for my next one.
Mm-hmm. I don't mind that at all. I really
Okay.
don't.
Am
And I had a couple
I an
people that were
admin
like,
for that one?
huh?
Am I an admin in yours?
I don't know.
I couldn't tell.
That was the one thing, because when I make these groups, I just select all members from previous challenge group.
Right.
But when you do coaches, like admins, you have to add them in separately.
Yeah.
And so last night I got sidetracked and I was trying to open up my coach office to get your emails.
Yeah.
And then that didn't happen. So that's why you guys aren't in the group yet. But I'll do that.
I got an invite.
You did?
I was just gonna say I'm in it, but I don't
Yeah.
think I'm an admin.
Then maybe maybe you were just,
Maybe you just have to do it
selected
separately
from
afterwards.
my previous group as like a client rather than
Yeah.
coach. So I'll make you guys admins.
Yeah, because I have a couple people who like started recently and then had like a family member pass away, so that's why they weren't on my group anymore for a
Mhm.
while. But now they're like, I'm ready to get back into things, and I was like, I don't have a group.
Yeah.
I've just been like checking in with her every day personally, but
No, I would rather that, because like I said, the challenge groups have been a dead zone for the past couple months. I think it's just the summer, but also with everything going on in my life, I haven't really been motivated to like make them super peppy either, you know,
Right.
but like also I just feel like people don't care as much like this summer, like they're really busy and things are happening. So they're just not checking in. So the more people that we have in the group, I think will be better. And the more admins that we have in the group, I also think will be better, as long as we're like, you know, all actively trying to engage in the group. You know what I mean?
right, totally.
And make scheduled posts and stuff like that. Because I think that's the hardest part for me, is like scheduling
Totally.
posts every morning. And if we could like, you know, divvy it up a little bit, whether it's like one person takes a week of each of, or whatever, you know what I mean? Or we kind of
Yeah.
like say, oh, I got Mondays and Tuesdays, you got Wednesdays and Thursdays, like something.
Totally.
I think that would help just alleviate some of the stress and the pressure off of everybody, while at the same time creating a really good group. And we all have like such awesome and different things to bring to the table. Like I know, like my perspective, like it's pretty solid, but at the same time, there's definitely things that I'm lacking. And like Ariana, like for you, like the meal planning and like all those features, like that's like your right up your alley, and that's not mine, you know? So anything that like you can bring to the table with that, like will just be super helpful.
Yeah.
Sweet.
And yeah, and I think it'll be cool. Like, and now that I have all those posts that I made from my other group, like I could integrate some of them into your group.
Exactly.
Pretty much everyone that's in it has never seen that.
Exactly. Yeah, I am all for recycling content if it's still relevant. Like, you might as well, because like you said, either new faces in the group have never seen it, or there may have been people in the group that never saw it the first time anyways. Maybe they didn't log in that day. You know what I mean? Like, it's definitely worth it to just recycle the content, and we can always hear messages more than one time, you know?
Yeah,
like
totally.
So I guess my last like thing that I wanted to talk about, again, segueing into the challenge groups, is first of all, just notifying you that there is a challenge group if you didn't know already, which I know you guys did, but, and then let's just try to be as active as possible in the group, like for our own personal benefit. Like, let's log our shakes every day. Let's log our workouts every day, because it'll just be proof that we're working on ourselves. And again, like if we're working on ourselves, then we can help build a great business. If we're not ever sharing our workouts or sharing our shakes or anything like that, and you're not posting on Instagram, you're not posting on Instagram stories, then duh, there's a reason why you're not hitting Success Club. You know what I mean? Like the more, it's like the same thing that we're telling our clients, like check into the group, check into the group, check into the group. We need to do the same thing. I mean, I know I got a little bit lazy with it last month, which is unlike me, but it did happen. And I get that happens to everybody else. But I think we just need that reminder to really focus in. Let's focus on ourselves this month. And naturally, it will help us help other people.
I agree.
Anything you guys want to add to that? Any questions, comments, concerns about that?
I don't think so.
Okay.
I've been really productive. Like, remember we spoke last week about how with like the Audible books, like that it's better for me to like listen to them on the way home rather than the way to work. Because on the way to work, I'm like, yeah, like amped up, like, but you know, gotta get my shit together, and then I have to sit at the desk and not do anything about it. So I've been like so productive the last 2 days, like not even like on every scale of my life, like I made like a to-do list or like of, you know, things I wanted to get done, people I wanted to speak to, like did my dishes for the first time in 3 days while I was listening. Like, so it's definitely like really honing into personal development has really been like kind of pushing me to not like just put things aside and be like, I'll do it later kind of thing. So.
Yeah, so Kayla and I have decided we are going to go back into the Platinum Presenters Training portal and go through whatever we find is relevant, whether it's going in order or picking and choosing based on that day and how much time we have. But we are trying to do like one video a day or something, even if it's just 5 minutes. And we are texting each other when we've actually done it and what we've gotten out of it. And the hope is that when we find something that really resonates with us, that we can share it in the Facebook group and kind of just like plant those seeds with everybody else and kind of get the buzz around checking that portal, because it is new. She redid a lot of it. So it looks very different from when I went through it almost 3 years ago now. So I think that's really important. And Kayla, I was thinking of you earlier today because this morning I was like, oh, I'm going to listen to the National Wake Up Call on my way to work, or at least like part of it, like get it started. And I was like, actually, no, like I'll listen to it on the way home. And like Kayla was saying, like that way I can be super motivated and productive once I get home to work my business. And I basically got kicked out of work, like, I don't know, 2.5 hours early today. And it just completely threw me off. And I was like, wow, I have all this time. Like, I'm going to go get my car washed. I'm going to go like do this, do that. And then I went all the way home and I'm like, I didn't listen to that National Wake Up Call. And then I got so tired and I took a nap and then I worked out and ate dinner and now I'm here. So I'm like, I didn't get to that. But I think I share that same perspective with you because like if I listen to it on the way to work or while I'm at work, I'm like super motivated to work my business. And then I get so tired by the end of the day that I don't actually implement anything that I had like listened to. So that's my new strategy is on my way home from work to at least get it started so that I can finish it and be motivated to finish it at home after work. So that's what Kayla and I have been doing. And maybe it's just good karma, but I have already helped one person this month and I have 3 more, like basically like sending me their email, getting ready to make a purchase. And it's September 5th, where the past 3 months, it's been like the last day of the month and I'm still scrambling to find that one person to hit Success Club. So I think that, like I said before, plugging into the challenge groups, listening to personal development, the National Wake Up Call, doing the training portals, whatever you feel is relevant to you in that moment and will help you most, just hashtag do something. Like, do it. It doesn't have to be like long or, you know, super crazy. Just go do something for yourself. And naturally, like, people are going to come to you because they're gonna pick up that you're being consistent. Yeah. Anything that you guys want to add to that?
I don't think so.
Okay.
I think we should do a book club.
That's a good idea.
Like, all of us reading a professional development book, like, kind of on pace with each other. Because, like, when I was reading Girl Wash Your Face, you were also reading Girl Wash Your Face. And I was like, when you, like, posted things with highlights, I was like, yes, I just read that. Like, that resonated with me. And then I was like, I should go back and continue reading that book. And, like, we started a little, like, book group at my work. And the books that we're choosing are, like, professional development books. So, and, like, health related, because one of my coworkers is a Beachbody coach. The other one is, like, super into health and nutrition, and the other one is like a fitness trainer. So we're all doing like a book club thing together. And I was like, we should do this with our team. Like, that would be cool.
Seriously, I think that's a really good idea, and it will help motivate everybody. I know Kayla is on like a time crunch with her book. She has like 2 weeks to read.
One day left.
Yeah.
I have like 10 minutes left of my book. I've been like kind of cramming it in because with the Audible library books, you only get 14 days. So
if you don't finish
and then it goes away. And then it just like goes away
to listen to it.
And you have to like then put yourself back in the queue if there's a waiting list. Like right now, I'm like for Girl Wash Your Face, like I have to wait 6 months to listen to it. Actually, it's not an Audible book. It's a like an ebook.
Yeah.
But yeah, I couldn't find the Audible version of it. I must not have one. But yeah, it's like you can't like renew it like a library book. You like it's like a one and done. So it was really forcing me to be like, all right, like I have to just do it. Like, so I just like I have like 40 minutes left when I got home, and I was like, all right, I'm just gonna like wash dishes and just listen to the rest of this. And usually like when I've been when I read these books, like it takes me a long time because I'm like highlighting and writing, and I feel like although that is a good thing, I think that if what the book is saying is resonating with me, I will remember it. And I have been doing that. Like I've been whatever like chunks of it that really resonated with me, I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, like, you know, this makes sense to me. Or if I like listen to like a quote that they say that like I really like, I'll like pull over and like say it in my phone and then like go back. 1 second, guys. But yeah. So it's definitely next one I'm reading is The Subtle Art of Not Giving a Fuck. I heard it's a really good book.
I know. I've heard that's really good.
It's I think someone in Massachusetts wrote it too. So
yeah. The one that I'm reading with my work crew is called How Not to Die. And it's about, it sounds weird. It's about just like how you should be fueling your body and like nutrition wise for longevity and like all the impacts that food has on your body later in life and things like that. It seems like it's going to be interesting. I just started it today, but.
That sounds really cool.
Yeah.
Really cool. I still have to finish Girl Wash Your Face. I like keep getting into these phases where I'm like reading it, like reading a chapter a day, and then something happens and I take a week off, and then I'm like, oh crap.
I did that too.
Get right back into that.
There was like 2 months where I had like 11 pages left. I was like, come on, you just need to sit down and finish it. Like, you know.
One of the other things that I had thought about in the past was like, if somebody hit Success Club, like I would send them a personal development book as like a extra prize kind of thing, because I feel like that would be beneficial. And then like, you know, you can either pass it on, you could keep it or whatever. But that was one of the other thoughts that I had. 'Cause I have a couple of books like here that I've read once or twice that like I would definitely like pass on to somebody else, you know, so that they wouldn't have to purchase it. So that's definitely another thing that we could look into.
Cool.
So, yeah. Okay, this was all really good. I'm glad that we were able to get together. Before we wrap up, is there anything that you guys wanted to add, or do you feel like we kind of hit the targets? And also, if you have any suggested topics that you want me to cover next week, you don't have to let me know right now, but if you want to just think about it, unless there's something that you're like, I need help with this, like, because then that will just give me more direction for next week.
I have one, kind of.
Okay.
Like how you figure out what you're gonna say every day. Like I agonize over this shit, and I'm trying not to, and we talked about this before, but I still do. Like even if I'm writing like a one-line caption, I'm still like, ugh. Like, you know, I want to say something impactful. And I just like the thought of having to do that every day has been, I think, what has been keeping me from
doing it
on my feed every day. Like I post on my Instagram story every day, and I'm pretty consistent with that now, but posting on my feed every day, I'm just still like, I'll start making a post and then I'm just like, it takes so long, and then I'm just like, I have a million other things to do, so I'm just like, well, I'll get back to it later, and then it's like 11 p.m. and I'm like, oh well, I shouldn't post now because it's really late and whatever.
I know.
1 a.m. on the East Coast. So
I've definitely been running into that lately with like the timing of my posts. Like something will happen and my day will just get so thrown off, and then I'm like, oh, it's either way too early or way too late to post this, and I just don't think it's going to get a lot of eyes on it. You know what I mean? Like it's not even like for the likes. It's literally like, I don't think people are going to see this right now. I feel like I should wait another day and try again. And I was talking to Kayla about this before we started the recording. But just as a reminder, we have like an app, and I think you can access it from a desktop as well, called Planoly. That if you wanted to schedule your posts, you can do that, and it'll automatically send to your Instagram and I believe Facebook as well, so that if you know you're going to be working at 7 p.m. or something, but that's like your preferred time to post, you can just put it on this app before and it'll automatically send it and you don't have to do it. And in terms of content creation, we can definitely talk more about that next week. But like for me right now, I'm literally just like typing how I'm feeling without second guessing it. Like the post that I just made, I typed in 2 minutes while I was waiting for this meeting to start. And I literally was just like, this is how I'm feeling right now. Post. And I think, I haven't checked in a couple minutes, but I think it's actually resonating pretty well with people. And then the other thing too is like you can always share song lyrics. I've been doing that a lot lately, or like quotes or whatever from a book that you're reading. If there's something that you're like, yes, this spoke to me. And then that way you don't have to think of the caption, like it's already right there for you. You just have to type it out. So that's been like a few of my strategies lately, but I'm literally like, think about your day every day. Like today, did you wake up late? Was the commute awful? Was, you know, like what happened at work? Like, and then you can always tie that into your post and, you know, try and make a positive spin on it. But like, I think people will resonate with that because they'll understand like, okay, I also woke up late today, or my commute was awful or something, you know? So yeah.
Another thing that I would be interested in us talking about at one of our like meetings is I guess like sharing how like your like the process that you go into making the ask. So for example, like I know of two people who, You mean like I don't want to come off as like super salesy, and I'm not, because I haven't, taken a pretty big sabbatical from making asks about like, I mean, I think joining like challenge groups, I think that's like easier, but I think like inviting people to like the business opportunity, or like knowing when is appropriate to, bring up those kinds of conversations, or like, things of that nature, I guess, like what is the process that has worked for you, or
Okay.
or really anyone who's had success with the asks, because I don't want to, like, I feel like there's like this like ideal time where you like you want to talk to someone about it, and then you like want to then ask them, or you know what I mean, you don't want to kind of go out and cold call, like kind of asking them. So I think that's right now where I'm sitting, and like feeling hesitant of bringing up conversations with people, because I want to do it in a manner where it's successful. And I understand that like I have to be okay with being told no, but I also want to make sure that the time that I'm asking is the most appropriate time, I guess. If that makes any sense.
No, it totally does. And
so
I
I
feel
know
like
some of the training groups will, like the training modules I'm sure go through that as well, but yeah.
I definitely feel like I can't answer that right now in 5 minutes.
No. You said ideas for
gonna save
other
that one.
meetings.
Yeah. No, I was just gonna try and give you a quick answer, but I was trying to think in my head, like, how could I? No, I can't. I'll just word vomit for like an hour and we'll get cut off. But
right.
I guess my quick answer to that is post every day on your social media, on your Instagram stories, and on your regular feed, because I don't know how many people I have reached out to randomly to make a connection, and they're like, you look great, I love your posts. And I'm like, okay, now I know that they've read my post. Am I going to send them an invite right this second? Probably not, unless they're like, really kind of hinting that they're interested in what I'm doing, but the best way that you can have these natural conversations is by posting on your feed and on your Instagram stories very consistently. Because if you're never posting and then you're reaching out to these people, they're going to be like, well, who is she and why is she reaching out to me? Like, this is really random. But if they may not always physically like your post or comment on them, but most people will see them. And if they follow you long enough, they're going to learn a decent amount of what's going on in your life or what you're, dealing with. And that's when you reach out to them and they will have something to say back to you, so it doesn't feel so one-sided. And you'll actually have like a good conversation, and maybe it will lead to an invite, maybe it won't, maybe it'll lead to an invite in 3 months. But I think that's like the short and sweet answer of it all. That's how I feel like I've been making good conversations, because sometimes I won't post on my feed. Like when I was going like through the thick of that breakup, I was going 3, 4, 5, 6 days without posting on my page, and I definitely could feel it in like my invite process. But with the exception of that, like I'm usually posting pretty damn close to every single day. Around 7 p.m. And people kind of know around 7 p.m. you're probably going to see a post from me, and they've learned to look for it. And that's where I just feel like I've made some genuine connections with people that, I lost touch with for like a decade, and now we're reconnecting over something. Like the girl that joined on like September 2nd, I went to camp with her when I was 10 in New Hampshire. And she just happened to be a random girl in my cabin, and I spent 2 weeks with her, and I never saw her again. And now here we are like 15 years later, and she just bought a challenge pack from me. So like we wouldn't be talking, and she wouldn't have ever purchased from me if I wasn't posting on primarily my Instagram stories, but my regular feed as well.
Okay.
So.
All right. Thank you.
Yep. Okay, I think that's good for now. if you have any questions or whatever, obviously comment in the team page. And I think we can try to make this a weekly thing. So I'm hoping next Wednesday around this time, around 8 o'clock, that seems to be a pretty decent time for people. Unless, something comes up, then we can readjust. But I think, this will be it for now.
Okay. Do want to let you know I'm pretty flexible in terms of what afternoon if we do need to change it to accommodate other people.
Okay.
So just want to let you know that as well, like that I can be flexible in terms of what afternoon we're gonna make meetings if it, if people's schedules don't work out for Wednesdays anymore.
Me too. Okay. Yeah. It just has to be like if it's if it's at 7 your time, I'll be like at work, leaving work / on a bus, but I can still like be on my phone. So like 8 o'clock would work for me pretty much any day.
Okay. That's definitely good to know. I'll definitely reach out and figure out a day for next week then.
And see what works for everybody.
Yay. All right, guys. Well, thank you. We have less than a minute, so I want to just say thanks and goodbye before we get cut off.
Cool.
Bye.
Okay.
Bye. Have a good night.
See ya.
Yeah.